What's going on, everybody? It is your humble YouTube live stream host, Tim, back with another stream. I think this is like 3 days in a row. So we're here. Um, First and foremost, forgive the lighting. I forgot my webcam. So I'm just using the webcam on my laptop. Um, and so the lighting might be a little askew, if you will, but hopefully you can still see. Let me go ahead and put this on live chat real quick. I already got people coming through. Today, I figured I would talk a little bit about minimalism. I hadn't talked about minimalism in a while, definitely not in a live stream. Um, and I know there's a lot of people out there, maybe people new to the channel, maybe people who might just discover the stream, who might have questions about it. So definitely, if you have any minimalism questions, please put them in the chat. We can talk about them. But there was something that occurred to me yesterday, and I put it in the title. I was like, I have more money than stuff. You know what I mean? Um, and I realized that's one of the things I really appreciate about minimalism, which is ironic because most people think that if you're a minimalist, you're broke. But I was like, honestly, you know what? The thing I appreciate about minimalism is now I have more money in my life than stuff. And I think that's a beautiful thing. This ideal that we've all been taught that we have to just accumulate possessions no matter what, that like as soon as we're able to buy something, we get it. Actually, not as soon as we're able to buy it, as soon as we're able to get enough credit to get it, we get it. Basically, however you can get it, but you need to be getting it. We're talking about possessions here. People apply that same theory to other stuff as well, too. But we're talking about possessions here. This ideal that like as soon as you either have the money or someone will loan you the money to get stuff, you need to get it because that's how you get happy. That's how you show you're successful. That's how you like win this thing called life. It just isn't true. It's just not true. Yeah, I know that library closing say. You notice I'm a little earlier today, folks, because I didn't want to get them library closing announcements today. So that's one of the reasons we're a little early. Shout out to D Jackson pointing that out. But yes, like it's just not true. I've said many times, I kind of wish it was true. Like if just acquiring possessions made you happy, you know how easy life would be? Because we all figured that, you know what I mean? Like we all could wrap our head around that. Okay, I just got to get more stuff. I'll be happy. Be easy. It'd be easy. I low-key kind of wish life was like that. It's not though. But so many people believe it is. And sadly, they spend their whole life just acquiring stuff. Like if you were to ask most people, if you gave them like a notepad and a pencil and told them to write down all their stuff, most people would get about 50 things and I don't know, write down everything you got in the garage, everything in your storage unit, everything in your junk drawer, in your junk closet. They wouldn't know. We just have all this stuff, Then at the same time, economic times like these where, a lot of people, money's not what it used to be, not going as far as it used to go. People just have these mountains of stuff, which is basically mountains of money just sitting around doing nothing. They don't want to get rid of it. Minimalism it helps you to get rid of it. That's really what minimalism is getting rid of the excess in your life. Hold on. Did it? Oh, let me check something. I'm just checking something on the stream real quick. Sorry about that, folks. I realized what happened when I was setting the stream up was it kicked me out, and I had to come back in, and I realized I didn't double check. Okay, it did. Okay, I didn't double check everything before I came back through. We're good to go. We're good to go. But yeah, minimalism frees you up from that ideal of just like I've just got to spend my whole life acquiring stuff. Minimalism is about getting rid of that stuff, get rid of the excess, get rid of the extra, which makes sense, right? Like, why do we want extra stuff in our life that we don't need? Like, if you're not using it and you don't really care about it, why are we holding on to it? But we do. We do. That's what's so crazy, So like that's why I love minimalism. I've told the story many times when I first discovered minimalism. I wasn't looking for it. Okay, this was 2013, 2014. I find myself coming home from work, and previously it was all about comic books. I was a huge comic book collector, and I'd get my little 4 pack of Bush Light, Tall Boys. I'd get my Chinese food or my chicken wings, whatever, and I would just watch comic book videos, all night long until I drunk myself, buzzed enough to fall asleep, whatever. But I found myself kind of just looking into like tiny home living. I don't even know how I got started down that path, down that rabbit hole. Like maybe YouTube will recommend something and you watch one and it shows you another. But I found myself starting to, pay more attention to these tiny home living and people living in these small dwellings and RV living, stuff like that. And I realized that most of them said that they discovered this thing called minimalism. And one thing that struck me about these people was that they all just seemed so like happy, and they all seemed like so light and free, and they all seemed like they were doing some stuff. And I think that's what really resonated with me. It seemed like they were all doing something, right? They weren't just, you know what I mean? They weren't just like getting up, going to work, coming up. Like they were doing some stuff. Even if they were working, they still seemed more tuned into their passions. And I was like, I don't know, man. Like, you ever stumble across something in life and it just feels true? I was like, I got to try this out. At the time, I also was dumpster diving a lot. I found some really nice dumpsters in the area where I worked. College kids was throwing a bunch of stuff away. I was bringing it home, selling it. So I just had a 1 bedroom apartment, good sized living room. The whole living room was covered with dumpster diving stuff, like good stuff, clothes and shoes and I was selling a lot of it. I was paying the rent, selling stuff that I was pulling out of dumpsters, but it was just like overwhelming me. Every day I came home, I was hit with this wall of just like stuff. So I ended up sold all that, threw away, donated all the rest of it. That was where I started. And from there, I just gradually, went to different areas of my apartment, which I didn't have a ton of stuff. So it didn't take long to get rid of the obviously excessive stuff. Then I started in on things like my comic book collection and my furniture, but every step of the way, I just felt lighter. And that's what I'll never forget. You ever have feelings in life you wish you could go back and do it over again just to feel it for the first time again? Minimalism, like, is something like it still feels great now, but I'm like, man, I still remember those early days when I would come home to my apartment and I forgot that I had downsized, and I would open the door and there was nothing in it, and I'd be like, oh, it just felt so great, you know. And there was a lot of things, at the time I needed to go to the dentist. There were some other things I've been putting off doing because I didn't have the money. Meanwhile, I had like 1,000 some comic books in my closet. And now, don't get me wrong, I liked them, I appreciated them, but like it's much more important in life, I feel like, to go to the dentist and get your teeth fixed than have stuff just sitting in a closet. And so often we get so tied into our possessions that we will forego other things in order to keep them when we could sell them or not buy them in the first place and do the things we want to do. There's all types of people like, man, I would love to go on vacation to so and so, but I can't afford it. Meanwhile, they've got tens of thousands of dollars of stuff just sitting around their house in storage units in the backyard. It's like, sell some of that and do the things you want to do, especially like stuff we never use. We have this ideal of like, oh, we're going to miss it. If I sold it, I'd miss it. No, you don't use it now. Like you're not, the one time you miss it, you'll get over it. You know what I mean? If you got something sitting around that you never use, if you get rid of it, there might be one time you're like, oh man, I actually wouldn't mind going jet skiing today. But guess what? I sold the jet skis. I have that money. It's okay. You can rent jet skis. You know what I mean? Like that's the thing too. Another thing I realized, so many things, I was like, well, what if I need this? I was like, well, you just go buy another one. A lot of times it was like little bitty piddly stuff. And I'm like, oh, I can't get rid of this. What if I need it? I'm like, well, you just go to Walmart and buy another one. Because guess what? You got money now, because you're not buying stuff every chance you get. You don't have to spend all your paycheck and then run all your credit cards up every month, right? Just to get stuff that's going to sit around, and it felt so great when I did, because I sold a lot of my comic books. I sold the ones worth some money, um, and it felt great to have money in the bank. It felt great to be able to do the things I needed to do. It felt great to like have money left over after my paycheck. Previously, it was just like I didn't have any, credit cards or nothing, so I wasn't going into any debt. But like I was gonna spend up into, if I made $300, we spending $300. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, I can get a $50 comic book. Whatever money I had left over was going to a comic book. And I'm not saying anything wrong with buying stuff. Like I enjoyed my comic book collection, but I think for me, it started to be like, what's more important? And I think when we're talking about our life, this is an area where I know you can do whatever you want in life. So I hesitate to say we need to. I personally felt the need to be a little responsible and just be like, what's more important? You know, I like the side angle with the camera too, so y'all can see the traffic going on behind me. Uh, but I got to the point. I was like, what's more important to we don't have to be, y'all know me, I'm a big kid, very childish, refuse to grow up. But in some areas of life, I'm like, okay, you don't have to grow up to be responsible. And I was like, I think it's more responsible for me to like handle my business, do the things I need to do, than it is to just keep buying stuff. And it just felt great, you know, to have some coins in the bank, you know. It felt great, to be boosting the savings account, you know. That's why I like the title, the art of having more money than stuff. And I think that that's not a way we look at minimalism a lot of times. But if you think about it, that's what it can boil down to. I'd rather have the cash reserves on hand that I could do what I need to do with down the line, as opposed to just rushing out and buying the latest new thing that I probably honestly don't care about. Or I can save the money I would be spending buying all this crazy stuff, and I could just buy something I really want. You know, Nothing wrong with having things you really want and buying them. A lot of times we can't do that, or we have to put them on the credit card, rack up even more debt because we've spent our money on piddly stuff we didn't care about. You know, Minimalism, the art of having more money than stuff. I like that. That should be a book. That should be that should be a book. I like that. I like that. Having less, very freeing. It is. It is. I'm just looking at the comment section here. Yeah, Mike, it's the same. You're right. It's the same with like the massive houses. This idea of like we have to buy as much house as the bank will let us buy. Why? Like why? It's really mainly just to like show other people how successful we are. That's all it is. That's all it is. Right? Because if you go to areas where wealth isn't determined the size of the house, but it's determined by like location, you'll see millionaires living in teeny tiny houses, but in a good location. You know what I mean? So it's all about determining, it's all about just wherever area you're in, it's about showing you have wealth by buying the house that wealthy people buy. Now, sometimes people buy in areas for location, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, so it's not about the big house. There's a lot of rich people with small houses. They fine. The reason people buy big houses is to like show off I can afford a big house. But if you don't need it, why waste the money? Like I don't understand, you know? Yeah, I'm at the library. They got these rooms you can reserve for 2 hours. Strong Wi-Fi, you know, heat. It's cold outside today, so heat. You know, I'm surprised. This is the second day in a row. I was like, nah, these rooms will be booked. No, they were available. Leonardo in the process of selling a lot of stuff, giving away others. Nice, nice, nice. What's going on, Lakers? Ooh, Antoinelle said minimalism saved my mental health. So thankful for having discovered it 15 years ago. Nice. It's going on like 10, 11 years for me. So yeah. I'm with you, Antonella. Like it has been such a blessing for me to this day. Y'all know I live out of 2 suitcases. You know, I'm always like, what? Like I don't. even if you were to give me an apartment, like I'd buy a bed, maybe like a dresser, I guess a desk. But as far as like frivolous stuff, I don't know, you know what I mean? Like what I would buy, you know? Toby, I'm doing well. How are you? How you doing, Ricky? I'm jumping in the chat now. So shout out to everybody who came in and already said what's up. Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. I can go back. What up, Easton? Victoria, Alfonso, Siobhan, nice to be with you too. Thank you. Thank you. Tim, glad you like this highlighting. Um, Kami says melanin and chlorophyll are related guardians of the garden. Okay, okay. Not sure where that ties in, but hey, everybody's welcome. Vodka said, I have no desire to be poor or rich. I like that. I like that. Don't want to be poor because then you can't, do the things you need to do in life. Don't need to be rich. If I can pay the bills and do the things I want to do, I'm so blessed right there that like, what am I striving for more money for? You know what I mean? Yeah, like it just, we've lost track of comfortable. It's either you're poor or you're trying to be rich. We've lost track of just like comfortable, you know? Hey, Bella, less bills, less stress. Exactly, exactly, exactly. I think that's one that people don't think about. People always say, man, all these bills, but they keep racking them up. And I'm like, if we start killing these bills, we're not as stressed. You know, that's less you have to make every month. Minimalism helped me with that too. It would allow me to see like, hey Tim, you don't have to always be like trying to make the most money because the less you have, the less bills you have, the less money has to go out, the less money has to come in. Now, if you can make lots of money, fine. But also sometimes you don't want to. You know, a lot of times with the making the more money comes more pressure. Not always, but it comes more pressure. Maybe you don't want that. Maybe you want to take some time off. Take a gap year. So I'm like, oh, the less I got to pay out, the less I got to make. So I can get by. And this is when I started doing seasonal work because I'm like, I can get by on these little minimum wage, barely above minimum wage jobs. Because I don't have no bills. It was amazing. I tell you, it's amazing. Life changing. How you doing, Rose? Macaroon, appreciate that. Said you're the YouTube champ. Thank you. Healing, checking in. Decluttering, giving to charity. Let's go. How you doing, Great T News? Libby says, I realize I love buying fashions, but really implementing gratefulness has helped. And I think, all of us have areas where we might be more inclined to buy stuff, or more inclined to maybe overconsume. But yeah, once you, like I said, for me, like I love collecting. I love collecting. One of the reasons this is a good thing I'm a nomad is because if I wasn't, it would be a struggle not to go back to just collecting hardcore. And I don't want to do that. Maybe later in life when I'm settled down. But it's a good thing that I'm traveling because now I can't. Like I would be on eBay every day buying trading cards if it was left up to me, right? I could do that. That would make me happy. But it's not. I honestly would much rather spend that money traveling, doing things I like to do at this moment. So that does help me because yeah, I would be buying comics and coins and cards nonstop. So yeah. Might rather have peace of mind. Exactly. Oh, Ricky said some people might just want to take away that feeling of lack. And I understand that. I understand that. But all of it is fake, right? When we do feel the feeling is real. Sometimes we feel less than because we don't have stuff. But like once you get to that level of like you have enough and you also have the ability to buy more, do you really need to keep buying more? You know, I feel like we can't go through life just going along with any type of impulse or feeling. That'll lead us in all kind of crazy directions because a lot of those feelings and impulses are coming from society, right? Um, So yeah, I can understand that, but I think also the time comes where you might be like, wait a second, am I just trying to compensate for feelings of inadequacy or lack that aren't real? Or do I really want this stuff? You know? Hey, John, love that. Says having no debt and living like a king in the motherland Colombia with just 250 to $500 a month off investments, passive income. That's amazing. That's amazing, John. That's amazing. We try to get there one day. I don't know if we ever gonna get that low. Get our expensive that low. That'd be amazing. You need to teach us how to do that. Hey, King D, thank you, thank you. Every billionaire is a minimalist. It's funny, Ben. Gary Vee was saying that the other day. He was like, you know how many friends I have that something similar to that. He's like, you know how many friends I have that are minimalists, that are millionaires and don't even own a home. They just kind of go, just kind of go here and there. They got the money. They just go where they want to go. They rent a place. Why would you buy a place? You know, at what point does minimalism become self-denial? Liam, I think that's for like everyone has to determine that for themselves. Um, and I know for me, I've never felt that way. If I want something, I buy it. Y'all know me. Like whenever someone's like, "How many possessions do you have?" I was like, "I don't know. I don't keep track. I'm not one of those hardcore minimalists. You can only have 3 pairs of underwear, 2 shirts, and half a toothbrush. Like I'm not that. It's just like I don't have a lot of stuff. If I really want something, I go buy it. If I really need something, I save up my money and go buy it. I mentioned on here a few months back is like, yeah, it's probably time for a real laptop. You know, so I saved my coins up. I went and got one. Went down there to the Best Buy, got one. You know, so like if I need it, I go buy it. If I really, really want it, I go buy it. So it's not minimalism would only be self denial if you were going by like other people's arbitrary rules about minimalism. But for me, minimalism is living with the right amount of stuff, which for me is very little stuff. So it's just like, yeah, I can't. It can't be self denial if I'm not denying myself, and I don't. I just don't allow myself to. I just don't go along with every little whim. There's all kind of stuff you randomly see, like, "Ooh, that's cool," but then I'm like, Tim, you don't really need that. You don't really want that. You know, um, that's not denial. That's self control, right? Um, but my thing, that's why I always tell people, minimalism is different for everybody. There's no set number of possessions. There's no way you got to do it. It's just, living with the right amount of stuff, whatever that is for you. What up, Sandra D? Where did like I missed these comments before? Where did they come from? Hey, Cookie Monster, how you doing? How you doing? Savings over cheap junk. I love it. What up, Charles P? I totally skipped all those comments before. I don't know how. Where we at? We're back here. My chat's skipping around. Oh, blockchain. I've never been to Yosemite. What up, Michael S? You'll always aim for a simple, minimalistic life, Antonella. Me too. Me too. Facts. That peace. I can't let go of that peace. Yeah, and I think that has bled over into other aspects of my life. I just don't want a lot going on. I don't want drama. I want my peace. I want things simple. All that excess, crazy, wild. I don't do it no more. I don't do it no more. Someone looked at the room, acted like he was homeless. Hey, that's when you know you're doing it right, David. Yeah, I'm glad you like the Kill Your Bills video, Antonella. I need to watch that and redo it. Um, remove that comment because it's childish. Okay, now we're back. I think my comments are jumping around. Exactly, Greg. We get rid of one form of slavery and they bring in another type. You know, I told you the old slavery was too expensive. You had to have slave quarters. You had to feed them. You know, have people to look after them. This new slavery is better. They still work for us. Like you can imagine when they're sitting around the table discussing old slavery versus new slavery. They're like, this new slavery, they'll still work for us. They'll still do everything we need them to do. We'll pay them very little. We'll pay them just enough to buy the crap that they're working to make. But we won't pay them enough that they can stop working for us. But we'll pay them enough that they can barely pay their bills and buy a bunch of this crap that they're making for us. They make the crap, they buy the crap. We get the money. And then we'll come up with this thing called credit and give it pretty much to anybody. That way they can buy more stuff than they can afford than what we're paying them, because we're not paying them enough. We can pay them even less and then give them credit cards so they can buy even more. Then they have to keep working for us because they owe us money, because they're buying all our crap. I'm telling you, so this is way better. This is way better. It's way better. But people don't see it. People think they're free. Okay. What up, David? I'm skeptical, Ricky, of anyone who starts a sentence with the words "the fastest way to enlightenment." I tune out. you know, they say the fact, like, I don't know. I think other people must view enlightenment as something different than me. But it's funny how many sayings we have about getting enlightened when it's one of the hardest things to do, like ever, in my opinion. But everybody can tell you how to do it. Okay. Okay. We're deleting that comment too. AJ, how's it going? Christian with a K and a V. How you doing? Yeah, see, Ricky, you're spending time in that empty apartment. Mental health's going up. Yeah, I agree, F Doctor. Buying and renting, pros and cons on each level. If you want to own a house, please own one. Please own one. Go get you one. Um, you know. Okay, that comment too. Appreciate you asking people to like the video, Destiny. What up, Tracy? Oh, we here. We here. Two suitcase Timmy. You got it right, Russell. You know me. Spider, love you too. My thoughts on possessions such as equipment for DIY electronics research for the betterment of humankind. If that's something you're into, go for it. Once again, I have no opinion on what people own. I don't have an opinion on how much people own. Do what you do. I just think life is better when we don't have excessive amount of possessions. I just think it is better when we don't have excessive amount of possessions. But like, yeah, if you want to have electronic research equipment so you can help people better, man, go for it. Go for it. Go for it. If and a lot of it comes down to, when we're going through our possessions, if we know the reason we have it, fine. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I do this because I do this with this. Okay. I've got 20 guitars because I'm a musician. I need 20 guitars. Fine. It's okay. But most of us, if we go through our stuff, a lot of it will just be like, I don't really know. I don't know. I've had them 800 VHS tapes forever. I don't, you know what I mean? Yeah. Jason, second day in a row, you back. I appreciate the love. Appreciate the love. YouTube's brought you to me. I love it. I love it. I love it. Yeah, yeah, Jim. It's all a game. You raise the people start getting a little ahead. You raise the rent, they back down again, and the landowners make more money. The apartment would make more. It's all a game. Once you see it's a game, it's hard to not see it. What do you think about manifesting the lottery wins? Um, Davis, I would never tell anyone not to manifest whatever they really had their heart desired on. For me, though, I found that manifesting works better for me if I state a direct like intention or thing. For example, I always ask people, what do you want to win the lottery for? And a lot of people, have good reasons. Hey, some people don't, or some people have what I consider great reasons. They'll be like, I want to buy my mom a house. I want to pay off all my debt, blah, 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 blah. And I'm always like, well, why not manifest that? Why not just manifest, I'm going to pay my mom's house off. I'm going to pay all my debt off. I'm going to have enough money to do so and so. Or I'm going to go on this vacation. You know what I mean? Like, why not just manifest what you want? Why do you have to win the lot? Like, why put two steps in there? I have to win the lottery and then I have to do this. Why not just say, I want to do this? But yeah, if you just really want to win the lottery and that's what you want to try to manifest, I don't judge. I just think it's easier to skip a step and just be like, I want to be able to do so and so. Because here's the thing. You might be able to do the things you want to do, other avenues than just like getting enough money to do it. And I'm big on that. If you've been blessed with the financial abundance to do it the money route, cool. But the world is full of infinite possibilities. When we manifest, you'll notice a lot of possibilities pop up that we previously didn't think about that don't always involve us having a ton of money. So I think sometimes by just trying to just manifest the money, which there's nothing wrong with that, but just solely trying to do that, I think sometimes we're blocking out all these other options because you're like, no, I just want money. Well, like, what if somebody was just going to give you a new car? Nope. You asked for the, you know what I mean? So I personally try to just go for the thing I want. Now, if there's like a set dollar amount I want to make a year, I might throw that on the manifestation list too. Why not? But majority, I'm focusing my energy on stuff, you know what I mean? The things I'm trying to accomplish. Good question. I like that. Hey, King D sports betting. That sounds amazing. Feel free. You run your own sports betting company, DoorDash on the side. Let's get it. That's amazing. That's amazing. Have I thrown away a lot of stuff? Jason, back in 2014, I got rid of like 90% of my possessions. So I threw a ton of stuff away. I gave a bunch of stuff away. I sold a bunch of stuff. I donated a bunch of stuff. Um, but yeah, we got rid of a lot of stuff back in the day. We live out of two suitcases, so we went from an apartment to that. So the Change Cup Life Talk 101. When I left my hotel to go to the Airbnb I'm in now, I left the Change Cup full of change as a tip. So Hollis the hobo, check it in. Tracy's got that 145-liter backpack. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Jason, it's that energy. I knew what you was gonna ask. No, not joking. Yes, Andrew D. Anything like the secret to so and so, or the fastest way to, especially something like enlightenment. Like stop. That's like saying the fastest way to find the love of your life. Some things you don't want that can't be done quickly, and you wouldn't want them if they could be done quickly. I don't want the fast enlightenment. I don't want the fast route to the love of my life. You know what I mean? I want that stuff to take time, right? Yeah, healing. That's a good idea. You got a ton of books, the ones you never reread. Somebody else might possibly get more benefit out of them than you. If you want to let go. Yeah, so much stuff. People are like, this might be worth money someday. I'm gonna hold on to it. For what? Yeah, I'm a big believer, Jay, and see what everybody's doing, then do something different. That's like one of my big things in life. That's just me in general. Excuse me, because I'm a contrarian. But it's been very beneficial as far as like living my best life. It's like see what everybody else is doing, do the opposite, do something different. Yeah, David, material things are cool. Yeah, but only if There would like here's so many of us have all these material things that aren't great. And not saying they're bad, we just don't care about them. That's what I'm saying. I think minimalism frees you up to be able to just have the material things you care about. A lot of times we blow our money, which is what we get in exchange for our time and energy, on junk. Nothing wrong with material things, but it's really cool when like you only buy the material things that mean something to you, and you get to hold on to your wealth, for emergencies or maybe something comes up later. Oh, I want to do that. Um, but you're right. When you die, you don't get to take any of them with you. So you might as well enjoy them here. You know, in the right way though. That doesn't mean blow them though. I'm with you, Life Talk. You know me. Yeah, travel is way more satisfying than stuff to me. Um, yeah, Greg. I mean, you can Google the percentages on winning the lottery. The people who ended up broke, ended up broker, ended up dead. You know what I mean? It ain't always a success story. I almost think you're more likely for it to end badly winning the lottery probably than in goodly to end in a good way, like goodly. Um, yeah, yeah. I mean, you can Google it. Not saying they have everybody's data, but they got stats on it. Yeah, I'm good at throwing away stuff. Antoinette start DIYing a lot more, cooking fresh from scratch. I need to do that. I need to learn that. You got to teach me that. Make my facial serum and health biscuits for my dog. Okay, okay, okay. Feeling satisfied by producing instead of consuming, creating overconsumption, creation over consumption. What plastic? Jay said, "How is there, Tim? What is that plastic? I don't know. I don't know what you're asking." Jason, I'm not a religious person, so I don't discuss religion. I am spiritual, but organized religion is not the tool I use to convene with the divine. So I rarely talk about religion. Trey Mills, what up? Survivorship checking in. Yeah, Red Star. So why do we feel the need to lay around yearbooks? Yeah. It's something that we were taught. And it is cool to have a yearbook if you're into that. I didn't get any of my yearbooks from school because I didn't care about them people. They didn't care about me. Whatever. They wouldn't get my money. I didn't pay my senior dues. I didn't go to prom. I didn't go to graduation. I didn't get a yearbook. I don't care. But some people do care. Um, I think it's up to us to determine for ourselves though. Like, do I really care about this stuff? Some people will say yes. Maybe high school, college, that stuff. The memorabilia from that means a lot to them, and that is fine. Some other people will be like, no, why am I doing this? Who would I want to have a coffee with? Alan Watts, if I could pick anyone in history. King D, do the opposite of what people say. Yes, you got. I don't know. It always works out for me. Exactly, exactly. Life talk. People will buy $80,000 truck, $1,000 a month, and they're literally in it 2 hours out of the day. It either sits in front of the house or it sits in front of the job. The math ain't mathing to me. But people that I ain't judging. Ain't nobody on trial. If people got it like that, do what you do. Like, hey, it's your right. If someone's like, yeah, Tim, but I got the money to do that, and that's what I want to do in my truck. Fine. I'm not judging. I just couldn't do it. Jason, I have been approached by a couple brands in the past. I will admit that's an area I haven't done very well in. Is sponsorships and the time when I was kind of getting the offers. My channel was kind of really on a roll. I didn't execute well. So I'll admit that's an area that I won't say drop the ball because I kind of appreciate the fact that like I don't have to. Would I take a good sponsorship? Totally, yes. Um, but I also kind of like the fact that I haven't yet, though I would take a good sponsorship. Corey Company, yeah, I'm at the library. I'm at the library. They got these rooms you can rent for, not rent, but reserve for a couple of hours. So yeah, man. Shout out to, I'm telling you, Denver's that city, man. Denver's that city. Oh, we know goddess. We know spiritual, a little witchy. We know. We know. No, I'm joking, I'm joking. Lakers. I think when you die, you just the energy that animates your body just moves. For me, I think the energy that that animates my body, which is actually me, will just go somewhere else. We just hit 100 likes. I appreciate that. Thank y'all. That's love. That's love. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think the energy that animates my body will just go somewhere else and animate something else. Blade of grass, a moonbeam. I don't know. A triceratops on the planet Tagalog. I don't know. You know, I really once I just came to that understanding or belief, I really don't spend too much time thinking about it. Like death is just a doorway, a passage from, one state to another. Not a big deal. Hey, Hollis, I'm glad to hear that. Channel gave me the added push I was looking for. I was trying to check out the rat race. Let's go. What up, Russell Adams? Those are the comments we like to hear. Hobo. Hobo. Devin, oh, we like these comments too. My last day of my job is April 13th. Time to pursue what I want in life. Yes. Congratulations, Devin. Couple more weeks. Not even that. Not even 2 weeks. That's awesome. That's awesome. Enjoy yourself. Enjoy your life. Let's go. Hollis been traveling, enjoying the next part of your life. New chapter. Let's go. And you're welcome. That's actually a good point, Jess. It says, do you feel being contrarian is still, in a way, basing your decision off of what other people are or aren't doing simply by automatically picking the opposite? Yes, I do. You're absolutely right. And that is why you'll hear me say, I've always been a contrarian and not always, sometimes to my detriment. So these days, I do take stock of like what I'm about to do. When I was younger and I didn't really understand, yeah, if you wanted Tim to jump off a bridge, just have everybody stay on top of the bridge and say, "Don't jump. I'm in the water. Splash." These days, my nature might to be always to do the opposite, but I don't always. I'll say that, but like I don't always do the opposite because like sometimes people are right. If there's a fire and everybody's running out the building, that I'm gonna run out the building too. I'm not gonna be like, oh well, y'all stay, y'all leave, and I'm staying. Now I might be the last one out because I'm gonna analyze the situation. Wait a second, where are they going? Is this? Yeah, okay, it's hot. So yeah, I mean, that's an extreme example. But these days, I do stop and analyze my behavior. Even though I'll admit I typically don't want to do what everyone else is doing, but if everyone's right or it seems like a good idea, I will do it. But you're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. hmm Do I believe consumerism still exists because of credit cards? I believe credit cards make it easier, but I think they had consumerism before credit cards. It just wasn't as easy. I mean, even if you're just spending all your money, it's still consumerism. Now it's just accelerated because you can spend all your money and some. You can put yourself in debt for life. A lot of people do. Retired 2019. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much, my friend. So Tim's, thanks for teaching me the value of a simple life, experiences over material possessions. Hey, you are welcome. You are welcome, my friend. I I feel humble, blessed, honored for you to say that. Genuinely, that I helped you with that. So, I mean, that's awesome. That is awesome. You're welcome, and I appreciate the love and the continued support. Thank you. Thank you. Simple life. Simple life is simple. Like, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm at the library again. At the library again. Trey Mills, you graduated nursing school. Did you attend the graduation? Nope. Nope. Yeah, man. It's some days yeah. If I don't want to go to the syrup, my mom was like, "You don't want to." I think my mom was like, "I'll pay your senior dues." I was like, "I don't want the stuff." I don't need a copy of the school newspaper every month. I was like, please don't pay. You'll be wasting your money because I'm still not going to graduation. Jason, I actually got recognized 3 times in Denver so far, which is pretty cool. Um, and occasionally I'll see. Usually, if people recognize me, they'll come up and say hi. But I've seen a couple of people that looked at me and kind of smiled and I was like, oh, okay. Like there's occasionally I think someone recognizes me, but they don't want to bother me. But it always still like blows my mind. Someone was like, hey, I know you. I was like, what? I'm just walking to the grocery store, bro. Oh, you want to see my tattoo? I don't know if you can get it all, but it says it says truth. I wouldn't. I'm not mad at it, but I wouldn't get this tattoo now. Um, but yeah, at the time is what I want to get. So, and I went with a really good friend of mine. We both got tattoos, so it's a good moment. But I don't think it means as much to me as it did 5 years ago. Do you think how you live your life determines where your energy goes when you die? I don't know, Kevin. I really don't know. I don't believe there's this good place, bad place type situation. I don't believe in that. Now, I know a lot of people do, A, because they were taught to, and B, we like the ideal of you're punished if you do bad here, because it makes us like be able to accept that there's people we know do bad things and they seem like they don't get punished, even though like I don't have to have that belief because I know I believe in karma. So like, and karma isn't even, karma doesn't see good or bad, right? Karma just gives you back what you give out. We label it good or bad. You reap what you sow. You plant tomatoes, you get tomatoes. You plant onions, you get onions. Neither one are good or bad. They're just vegetables, fruits, whatever they are. I think that's how karma just sees our actions. Whatever you put out, you get back. Karma doesn't care. Karma's not a human. It's not like that's good, that's bad. We label that. So if people doing dirt, they're gonna get dirt back. Like that's just the nature of it. So like I don't have this belief that like, oh, that person will get it when they die, which seems if you think about it. So I'm a human all these years, but when I'm not a human anymore, I'll get punished for the human stuff I did. Like, why not just, if there was punishment, why wouldn't it come for the human stuff while I'm still a human? So yeah, I don't, have any concept for me, this whole what you do determines if you go to the good place or bad place. But I could see there being some like how you live your life might determine where you end up, not in a good way or bad way, but just like your energy might be more in line with something or somewhere different, depending on how you spent your years on Earth. I don't know. Lori, you'll be back. Okay. What up? What up, Nick? Nick checking in. I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Minimalist is the best. Love taking a personal item on a 2-week trip like I am now. Save so much money and way less stuff to worry about. Exactly. Yeah. When you're traveling, minimal, you got nothing to worry about it. QP, how you doing? I'm good. I'm good. How are you? Nick got laptop, camera, couple changes of clothes, toothbrush. Let's go. Didn't say nothing about underwear. I mess with you. I mess with you. What up, Lucinda? What up, Megan? David, I mean, I agree with you. And I think more and more people are coming to that realization that like, hey, if you can come up with the way to not work a 9 to 5 and it works for you, go for it. Yeah, but I think also too, a lot of people are like, hey, I don't mind working a 9 to 5. I just need to find the one that works for me. I think that's equally is cool. You know what I mean? It's when people don't want to work a 9 to 5 or they don't mind working one, but they are working at one they hate. And I'm not blaming people for doing that. You know, I don't, I think part of that is a system. Part of that's a programming. But yeah, I think it's either finding something else to do rather than working a traditional job, or finding a traditional job you enjoy is how to get the most out of those hours. Doing a live stream with the library is a genius move. Hey, the Wi-Fi good. The Wi-Fi good. The Wi-Fi good. You don't know. I might just go to the library tomorrow and sit up here all day. You know. Oh, I got to tell y'all. People are asking me about playing video games. They made a video game that is perfect for me. It's called trading card game simulator, and you basically run a trading card game store. You have to like buy the product, stock the shelves, ring people up. Like I love it. I love it. I love it. It was $12, 12.99. I haven't bought a video game in I don't know how many years, but I was like, man, I like this game. And y'all know me, I want to own a collectibles store, a collectibles business when in later years. So that's right up my alley. But yeah. I was like, man, I might just come tomorrow, sit up at the library, play my little game all day when I'm not doing my YouTubes. Um, Carl, glad you stopped drinking 4 years ago. Nice, nice. Hey, and humbled I could play a little part in that. That's awesome. I actually was filming a sobriety video today, but this darn Denver wind, there's something wrong with my phone, the sound, so my microphone doesn't work with it anymore. So I got to figure that out. But yeah, I got a sobriety video coming soon. So like, and I'm gonna do this one. I was gonna do it this morning, but I couldn't. But yeah, I'm excited about that. But congrats on the 4 years, man. Rochelle, good to see you. He's a hometown hero, local celebrity. Not really, not really. Every now and then somebody recognized the kid. Hey, Nick, thank you, Nick the Avatar. Thank you, Super Chat Squad. Says Tim, guess who got the job in Alaska? Yes, let's go. I'll be a Jeep tour guide starting in May. Nice. So thank you for being my first inspiration to go and experience Alaska. Hey, it's all good, brother. It is all good. You're welcome. Enjoy. That sounds like a fun summer, bro. A Jeep tour guide, bruh. See, this is what I'm talking about. Jobs you love, job you enjoy. That's awesome, Nick. That's awesome, and I appreciate the love and the abundance, the continued support. And like I said, I'm humbled. I could be, your first inspiration for that. Like that's awesome, man. I'll tell you the energy, man. The carve up. It's amazing. It's amazing. Thank you, Nick, and have fun. Rochelle, I have this new thing where I only want to get tattoos with someone else. So, um, after this was my last tattoo, wherever it is. This one, my last tattoo was my last tattoo, and like I said, I got it with a good friend of mine. So another friend of mine, shout out to my friend Taylor. Me and her tried to get one when we were in Montana together. It didn't work out. So if our paths ever crossed again, because she has a lot of tattoos, I was like, I'll get one with her. I'll go when she like, you know what I mean? Because it means something then. I like the ideal of like not only having the tattoo, but also having like the story. You know what I mean? So yeah, I would definitely get more. It's just I want there to be something. I want to go with someone else. There be some type of story. You know. Oh, okay, Layer got a Chinese symbol that means true. Got it at 19. Wish you would have chose something else. Yeah. We grow. It's a good way of seeing our growth. Yeah, I'm not trying to leave no stuff behind. I don't know. I don't want no one to have to go through my stuff. Melinda, I do not have kids. I've never been married. I don't want to have kids. I don't want to get married. I would love to find someone to spend my life with, but I don't think we need to put it on paper. I recently said that if I met someone and she had a really good reason for why she was like, I just feel like we have to get married, and it was that, I might could budge on that one. You know what I mean? Like if she just came from a background where it was like unheard of not to get married, and it would have been, because yeah, I wouldn't, and it's not a thing of like, oh, I want to be a player or something. Like it's just like I don't. If we love each other, I don't know why we have to sign papers to say we love each other. That's just me. I maybe could budge on that one, but the kids one, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Kevin, I do not believe our life is predetermined. If I felt that, I probably wouldn't have this channel. Then again, if that was true, I guess I would. Okay, but no, I personally don't believe that. I mean, if you think about it, even questioning if it's that or not. Like if you're questioning predetermination, like if your life was predetermined, that means something like you're being forced right now to question if it's predetermined, which makes no sense. Okay. Hey, retired 2019 coming through again. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So today I saw my multiple myeloma cancer doctor, and there's no detection of MM in my blood. Yes, let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. I'm gonna enjoy life to the fullest. Prayers help. That is so awesome. That is awesome. That is amazing. I'm so glad to hear that. I'm so glad to hear that. Enjoy life to the. I would yell louder if I'm at the library. But please enjoy your life to the fullest. You got a clean bill of health now. They didn't open the door. Run. You know what I mean? That's also retired to that too. And I appreciate the support and the love. And I firmly believe prayers do help. I'm not a religious man, but I'm a spiritual man. I firmly believe prayer helps. So, um, and you know we was praying for you. So you're welcome. No, that is awesome to hear. That is awesome to hear. I appreciate that you sharing that. Curry Camp, do you love the Sims games? Okay, okay. Yeah, every now and then you find a little game that does it for you. Royal, hello. Jim, you trust in the universe, put it out there. It's all about putting that intention out there. It's all about putting that intention. We don't do that enough. Hey, Angela, I feel like we don't do that enough. We don't like we're scared to even put the intention out there. We're scared to say the words. If there's something we want in life, a lot of times we're scared to even say it. If you tell people, just say it, set the intention, they'll argue. I'm like, really? So, like, you want a better job. If someone's like, hey, just put the intention out there. Just say you're going to have a better job. Oh, that don't work. But you just sitting around complaining about it for the past 5 years has worked. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, just setting that intention. I don't know when I'm gonna do it. I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. You know. What up, Annie? Annie? Angela getting a lot of love. Yeah, they've been looking for you, Angela. For dinner tonight, I think I bought Chinese food yesterday. Um, so I think I'm gonna eat that tonight for dinner. I got super hungry on the bus back to my Airbnb yesterday, so I took the bus up to the Chinese spot. I don't like this Chinese, like they're super friendly. I like everything about it except the portion size. The portion sizes, I feel like they're giving me the kiddie bowl. Like the portion sizes are too small. But I was hungry last night, so I was like, I've been trying not to spend as much money on food stuff like that. But last night I was like, I'm doing it. I'm hungry, so I got some shrimp fried rice left from last night. So that's probably for dinner. Do I like Miami? I don't think I've ever been. Like, I think I've been. Have I been? I think I've been through Miami. Maybe I've never been there. Been there. Kevin, I definitely think that like we go through tragedy, right? Um, and I think it helps to learn lessons. It helps if we learn from them. I don't know if maybe the reason we have tragedies is so we can learn from them. Maybe we just have tragedies. I don't know. But I think, yeah, we all go through tragedy and you might as well learn from it. Some people don't, but I think it's best if we try to when we're able to. I don't think day two we have to be like, what can I learn? Let yourself grieve. But when it's over, we've gotten through it or getting through it. What can I learn from this? Yeah, and I definitely think if another door is meant to open, then it's going to open. Sometimes another door opens while the other door is still open. Sometimes five doors open, you got to figure out which one to choose, you know? But yeah, sometimes a door will close and other opens. Life is very, there's endless possibilities and opportunities in life. I think for some reason we're very, I don't know, we just have this scarcity mindset about so many things, you know? Even sayings we say a lot. One door closes, another door opens. Why couldn't 10 doors open? Why can't all the doors be open? You know what I mean? I'm just, the more I think about it, the more I'm like, we limit ourselves so much with our language and our speech and our beliefs, like endless possibilities, you know? All the doors is open. Or sometimes they might all close. I don't know. You know, that General Tso chicken, okay, I see you, Ramses. Girl said I say what I want in life, it happens. I'm telling you, state the intention. There's things I'm saying. I don't know how they're going to happen. I don't know when they're going to happen. Little stuff. There's a condo in Bozeman I'm going to live in. First time I saw those condos, probably 8 years ago, 7, 8 years ago. I was like, I'm going to live in those condos one day. I'm going to. I don't know when. I don't know how. They out of my price range, probably still. But we're going to live there one day. I'm going to live in Loveland one day. Loveland, Colorado. Love it. Every time I go, love it. Going to live there one day. Great town. When? I don't know. It's going to happen. You know, we have more power than we've been led to believe over what happens in our life. We have way more influence over what happens in our life than we've been led to believe. Yeah, Raz, you know we're here. We're here. Yeah, thoughts and prayers to people in it was Thailand and another country. Honestly, was it Myanmar that got hit with the bulk of the earthquake? But everyone mentions Thailand. But yeah, prayers for people hit with that earthquake. Everyone going through natural disasters. Always, always. Rochelle, I stopped watching the I wasn't really tapped into the March Madness. And then when Notre Dame lost, I have no, I'm hurt. Like I'm hurt. So honestly, I'm done until the W comes back. I'm yeah, no, like, yeah, Notre Dame was my team, man. I love them girls to death. Like those, that's my squad, right? And a lot of them graduating. You know what I mean? That's the hard thing about college. Like if they graduate and don't go pro, you like never see them again. That hurts. I just wanted them to get. They had the. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. Speaking of emotional, Lewis Brown. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Wow, thank you. I would be hollering if I wasn't in the library. I got to keep it low. Thank you, Lewis. Thank you. So, Tim, you remain a source of encouragement and reassurance. Thank you as always. You are welcome, my friend. I appreciate the kind words. I appreciate the generosity, the abundance. Thank you so much. And that's the goal, is to try to encourage, motivate, reassure. Let people know it's not the end of the world. Even if it was, that'd be okay too. We're fine. We'll get through this. So I appreciate the kind words and the love. I appreciate that love. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. The continued love. Thank you, because you've come through before and showed massive love. So thank you so much. Let me give you that again. Thank you so much, Lewis Brown. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Wow, that was that, that's crazy. That's crazy. That's love, man. Abundance. I'll be trying to abundance. Okay. All right. Okay. Kevin. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. All doors aren't closed. I was just being funny, but yeah, all the doors could be open. Here's the thing. I think a lot of times the doors are open. We just have to, you know, door can be wide open, but if you're not standing in front of it, not doing us any good. So I think a lot of times we have to mix it up, move around, find the doors. Destiny, you set an intention to get that job tomorrow. Nice, nice. Sorry to hear that. Yes. Wasn't the job for you then? I know that's just words. Um, but I know there's a job for you out there. Yes. Sorry to hear that though. I know that rejection hurts. I've never encountered a bear close up. I've seen them in the distance. I've seen them in the car. I was in the car driving by. Oh, there's a bear, but I've never encountered one close up. I kind of want to, just to see how I would react. I encountered a moose close up, which is very scary. I mean, it was close, but it was in the trees. It was close, but you know what I mean? Like it could have got to me, but there's a bunch of trees in the way. And it wasn't at all spooked by me. It was just like, bruh, you see me in these woods for a reason. But yeah, that was one because I thought it was an elk. So I had pulled my camera. It was in Montana. I pulled my camera out. I was gonna go. That's a big elk. And I got close. I was like, that's a moose. I was like, it's not worth getting the. I just backed up. I was like, nope, nope. But never encountered a bear like that. No. I don't think is it pronounced Ouray? I don't think I've been there yet. Been there. And my address is in Florida. So yeah, my address is in Florida. So there's lots of different options. Um, you can have a friend who kind of like lets you use their house as their address. You know, maybe your parents' house. Um, there's services that will allow you to, there's certain states, there's different services sometimes that will allow you to um, use their service and they'll give you an address to use. I know South Dakota is like the easiest state ever to get residency in. And then you can get an address there through certain services. Hey, L space Issa. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. I appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you. I like when people's names are different. Did you put the space there on purpose? L Issa, Issa. I like the thing too. Just I'm showing the guns off. Okay, okay. No, maybe we're not. Thank you so much for the love. Thank you, thank you. We here. Yeah, I saw that Juju Watkins got hurt. That's horrible. I'm not a Juju fan, but like I'm no shade, just not one of the players I follow. But I'm sorry to hear she got hurt. Kevin, I think the universe can provide me what I need no matter what. You know, I don't think the universe's ability to provide for me is based on what I do. Now, if is it going to? I don't know, but I think the universe can provide everything I need. God can provide everything I need. Like that which created all can do all. So that's something I keep in mind a lot too. Is like if it's meant for this to happen, and God decides to let the universe let it happen, then it'll happen. Like I don't. I try to do the best I can do. Beyond that, it's out my hands, bro. Like I don't know if it goes down. And when you have that, when I have that understanding, then when I when I have that understanding, I'm very grateful when things do happen. When it starts from a place of, hey, I'm going to do what I'm going to do, but ultimately I know there's powers greater than me that play a part in this too. When things go well, then I'm grateful. It's not this idea of like, oh, look what I did. It's like, oh, thank you. I appreciate that. When things go badly, I'm like, well, I guess that wasn't meant for me. So it's, I just try to do my part, but I know it's beyond me. So it's like never me, you know. Blueberry says sometimes you got to kick the door down. Well, that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. Well, but then who made the door kickable? Life can put up a door you can't kick. So if you go up and kick it down, well, someone made it kickable. That's what that's what I look at. What about Bigfoot? No, I never seen Bigfoot either. Okay, we're gonna remove that one. I have no clue what I could bench press. I leave that to the workout boys and girls. Okay, yep. Two weird comments in a row. Done. Yep. Nope. Nope. Nope, came in proselytizing. That was strike one. Talking crap about Denver. That's strike two. Respectfully, I respect your opinion. I got to learn to say that to people when I block them. I respect your opinion. I'm not saying you're wrong. Um, I'm just saying like that's not how we get down on this stream. Respectfully, block with love. You know, I was watching Gary Vee, um, and he was clapping back at trolls, but in a very positive and like understanding manner. And I was like, I need to work on that. Not saying that person was a troll. Just in general, it's like I need to work on when I time people out or block people. I want to be more understanding, um, and not just be like, "Nyeh, nyeh," What I think of Severance, I'm not watching it, so these days you'd be hard pressed to find a show that I'm up on. Yeah, yep. Somebody else is getting close. Now this you're definitely entitled to your opinion of Gary Vee. I will say this though. If you voice a negative opinion about him, you will get blocked. Is that petty? Yes, but I love Gary Vee. I love Gary Vee. Um, and most of the stuff people say about him, for example, that person who just said the thing about the NFTs, he didn't make you buy the NFT. It's an investment, you know? And I know Gary Vee's always like, if you can't afford it, don't buy it, no matter what it is, you know? So yeah, I don't, I tell him, calm, stop, move on. Kevin, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you for that, Tim. Going through some tough times and having to learn many tough lessons right now, but a lot of good can come out of these. Sorry to hear you're going through tough times, Kevin. Um, these too shall pass. And yes, like it's I do believe that the like it's like seasons. After winter is a cold, hard season, but on the back end of it is spring, which is like I don't do favorites, but like spring is that season for me. Winter's going away, the grass is green and the birds is chirping, the squirrels is out. These squirrels at the parks here, they run right up to you begging for food. I'm getting tired of them actually. The squirrels, they run up and look at you like, no food? I'm like, no, I don't keep bread on me. Like, I keep, what is this, 1842? Like, I keep bread and water. Like, anyway, my point is, that's the way life is you go through tough times, and a lot of times it seems like on the back end of it, spring, and something amazing happens. And especially if you can, not from a place of like, a lot of times it's no fault of our own. We're going through tough times. Sometimes it is, but even those, we're human. But if you can just be like, okay, was there any lessons in that? And then always remember that you got through those tough times. I think we're really good at forgetting how strong we are and how many tough episodes and all this painful stuff we've been through and we got through. We forget. And it's like, no, never forget. Like when you get through these, you're going to, you turn around and be like, yeah, I remember 2024, 2025, it was a little rough, a little rocky, but we got through it. Came out the other side better, switched up some things in my life. Now we good. So hang in there, Kevin, hang in there. And I appreciate the love. I appreciate the fact that, despite all you're going through, you're coming through, spending time with us, showing love. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you. Hang in there. Hang in there. Ooh, Anne's working on a cruise ship. Okay, nice. Or trying to work on a cruise ship. Cool, cool, cool. Let me phrase that properly. You're going to work on a cruise ship. Okay, nice. He's doing tea with Gary Vee again. It's back. And he's like dropping, yeah, he's like hardcore himself in it this time. He's saying all kind of, yeah, it's funny. It's funny, but he's back. He's back. Samantha, I'm at the library in Denver. when times when times are hard for squirrels, something's wrong. I don't know. These squirrels be begging, bro. I'm like, just like, what happened to y'all foraging for nuts on your own? I got to bring you food, man. Squirrels don't know nothing about the inflation. Hey, at least you're waking up, Kevin. That's all. We sleep for as long as we need to sleep. You know, and a lot of times, yeah, when we wake up, it's like, why was I asleep? I think a lot of times we don't realize we're life is taking us where we need to go, and for those years or whatever, the dark season, maybe you had to go through that to get to where you're going. Maybe that's the path. You know, that's the path. So, but it's the fact that like you're waking up now is what matters. You thought I was talking about Gary from the Ricky Smiley show? No, I don't know what that is. No, Gary Vaynerchuk. True. Yeah, they have room. They have like six or they have big ones. They have like rooms that seat 6 people and 8 people, but they have community rooms and study rooms, and you can just reserve them for up to 2 hours. You just sign up and you come in and say I reserved a room, and they open it for you, and you know it's pretty cool. Shout out to Denver Public Library System, man. Yeah, I agree, Greg. Them squirrels realize if they just run up to people, people will feed them. That's easier than going to look for it. So yeah, that's what it is. People are feeding them. But it's just funny, like, because the other day I was getting on the bus, so I had a couple dollars in my hand for my bus fare, and the squirrel saw that I had something. Like I saw it look up at my hand, and I'm like, this squirrel already knows like to look in your hand, and if you got something, it might be food. I said, this is too much. This is too much. This is too much. Yeah, Zachary, it was a good one. His two Gary Vee was a good one. Yeah. Ty Lyar. I've been good. I've been good. I've been good. Blessed. Can't complain. Blessed. Lori, when I say living simple, that doesn't mean there won't be challenges. I would argue that in today's society, like there's a lot of challenges if you just try to live simple, right? You know, it's weird. I know for me personally, people always act like I have no problems or issues, and I'm like, it's way harder for me living the way I live than when I just had my apartment. Right? When I had my car, my apartment, and a job, it was so easy. You know what I mean? It wasn't the life for me, but it was so much easier than the stuff I have to put up now because I'm living the way I want to live. So it's like living the simple life is not necessarily like I have a video that says living the simple life is hard, right? So living the simple life is simple, but it's not always easy. Like it's simple. Like I know what I'm doing. You know what I mean? I only have a few things I do. I have a simple life. It's simple, but it's not necessarily easy. So I agree with you about the benefits of challenge. I just did a video about being uncomfortable, right? So like sometimes a simple life is very challenging. Sometimes a simple life is very uncomfortable, but it's simple. If that makes any sense. Ramses, I don't do favorites, so I couldn't rank the places I've traveled to. I don't know, just not a game I play. Did y'all see that girl almost walk back? Looking like Alaska? Okay, no, Alaska's special. Alaska's special. It's a vibe. I recommend everybody go there for summer if they can, or just visit there. Very expensive to visit there. Y'all got money though. I'm gonna start saying that. I'm put that intention out there because everybody wants to talk about how broke everybody is. So I've been saying everybody ain't broke. Now I'm gonna start saying y'all got money though. Um, words are very powerful. Words are very powerful. Somebody in the chat right now is gonna come into some money and they're gonna be like, Tim said it. Like, Tim said y'all got money though. I was like, he don't know me. I'm broke. You gonna get a check out of nowhere. Watch. He was like, Tim said it. We up. Anyway, Oh, the other Gary's Gary with the T. Okay, okay. Lisa, we've been in Denver for a little bit, just kind of Airbnb-ing it, figure out what we're doing this summer. Yeah, Tracy, these people see you just living your life, and they think it's not complicated enough. Oh, but you gotta have a car. You need to get this job. You need to do this. Like, just they just constantly adding stuff. Like I've known this for years, but it just hit me recently. I was like, I just need a place to stay, food to eat, and I also added like health insurance. But to be healthy, you know what I mean? That's it. I just need food to eat, a place to stay, and to be able to be healthy. That's it. And to like, do what I can to prepare for my future. But that doesn't have to be number one. Like that's the, you know what I mean? But I'm like, I don't need all this other stuff, bro. I'm chilling. Tracy said, I'm currently looking for a cheap, reliable vehicle or a plane ticket to escape. I need to be around like-minded people. I can sit and watch your lives all day, every day. That's awesome. That's awesome. That makes me so happy. Thank you. Thank you. Well, we're coming through with them on a regular basis these days. So I expect to see at least Tracy when everybody else is like, I'm tired of seeing this dude. I expect to see Tracy, even if she's on the plane. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. I'm joking. Kevin, money is definitely energy. Everything's energy. So there's nothing that's not energy. So money is definitely energy. Um, and I think if you allow it to, yeah, it freely comes, freely goes. You know, I think sometimes the people around us can influence how it comes and goes as well. They set up a system where money doesn't flow into that system well, and you're a part of that system. It might not flow, but I do think I try to do my part to keep the flow of money easy in my life. I try not to hold on to it too tight. I try not to chase it too much. I just try to let it ebb and flow, like the waves on the ocean. Waves come in, waves go out. So that's the way I try to look at it, to not get too fixated on it. But yeah, everything's energy. You know. System trying to control you through convenience. Facts, facts, facts. What up, Monkey Finesse? James, you got your job off in Alaska. Nice, nice, nice. Headed to the largest state park in the nation on June 1st. Wood Tick Chick State Park. Never heard of it. Sounds amazing. Have fun. Have fun. Congratulations on getting the job. Have fun. Let's go. Let's go. See everybody's jobs coming through. I love it. I love it. 300 miles from the closest road system. Oh, okay. You gonna be out there. All right. Okay. Okay. There's rules and there's wood tick chick. there's there's rule, then there's wood tick chick rule. Okay. James ain't playing. He's like, I'm trying to be away from all this. Like the cell signal out that way. What have my experience? Oh, this is a good one. This is a good one. Buckle up. What's your experience on buses been like versus trains? I'm trying to think of two things I could. I was trying to think. I was trying to think of two things I could compare. That one was obviously like horrible, and like one was amazing, or one was decent. I couldn't think of anything, but the one I thought of was inappropriate. But uh, I don't. I'll say this, Victory. I no longer ride the Greyhound, and I just rode Amtrak. Uh, Greyhound, I did my time on it, and if I have to go back and ride it, I will. If I don't have to, I won't. Short of me doing a trip just to show how crazy it is, maybe. But yeah, Greyhound's just hard travel. Greyhound's just hard travel. It's long. They don't stop. You don't eat well on the train on the bus. It's an interesting class of people sometimes on there. Don't really feel safe most of the trip. Yeah, train is a lot better. Train's a lot better. Monkey, you just bought an RV? Okay, okay, nice, nice. Congratulations. Hey, Ty Lyar, I appreciate you saying that. Thank you, thank you. But you're probably the most authentic person on YouTube. I try. You know, a lot of people went to Alaska. I love it. And the tips for downsizing your stuff to 2 suitcases, those tips are different than even the regular downsizing ones. Because like if you're like I'm getting down to 2 suitcases, you have to get rid of everything but the essentials for the most part. Normal downsizing, I'm like, hey, just get rid of the stuff you're not using, the excess. But if you're trying to get down to 2 suitcases, you pretty much got to get rid of everything. I mean, there's no, clothes, toilet, like these are the things to keep. Like get to keep your clothes. Like you get to keep the things you need and maybe a couple of extras, but that's it. 2 suitcases is not a lot. There's a lot of sacrifice that comes with living that minimal. Yeah, yeah. I like it though. I like the freedom of it, and I'm constantly learning, getting better at it. I like to think, but for example, a lot of times you don't have access to an iron. It's too big, won't fit. If I was to bring an iron, I'd have to get rid of something else. So like little stuff that like normally you have readily available wherever you go. Now, iron, if I'm in a hotel, Airbnb, a lot of times they have them. But just like the other day, people were like, why don't you have an umbrella? I can't have an umbrella. It won't fit in my suitcases. Just little things that normally you just have around the house. You've had them for years. It's not a problem. You live out of 2 suitcases, won't fit. Can't have it. So yeah, that's you. Yeah, you just basically got to get rid of everything but the things you need. If that's how minimal you try to get, like there's a lot to it. There's a lot to it. I agree. Money's infinite, time's limited. Facts. No, this room at the library. No, you just reserve it. Yeah, for 2 hours. I don't backpack. No, I'd love to backpack, but I just haven't found anyone to go backpacking with. Nick, we're still deciding what we're going to do this summer, but it's looking more and more like um, we won't have a job in May. Not because we didn't get hired. I think every job I applied for, I got an offer letter or offer. Um, but I just kind of feel like there's something else I want to do. So we'll see. Kevin, I think I attempted to chase money when I was younger, but it never really worked for me. I was bad at chasing money. Lisa, I don't keep track of the states I've been to. So I wish I did. That's one thing I wish I had done when I started traveling, but I don't. I kind of know the states I haven't been to. Like I haven't been up to the Northeast, but yeah, I have no clue how many states I've been to. I don't know. Yeah, an F doctor. That honestly, it doesn't take a lot of money to be able to do that. So you need the means to afford a place to stay, healthcare, food, eat, clothes, transportation. It doesn't take a lot of money to do that, you know. And we stay with a little savings. We just paid our taxes, so our savings are this right here, March every year is typically when I'm the brokest. That's why yesterday when I was like, oh, I'm going to Ross get a shirt, and I was like, oh, do I have Ross shirt money? It's because I have to pay my taxes. I try to pay them before April, So yeah, this time of year is is typically when we're at our lowest. But I have to remind myself like this happens every year. Calm down. But yeah, it doesn't take a lot of money, especially if you have no debt to do all that. That's the thing. Like we're like you can read that list and be like, yes, it's so expensive, and it can be in certain ways. But there's other what I'm trying to do, and I think we're gonna get even more into this is figure out ways to do all that and afford all that and it not cost a lot of money. Because I'm realizing that's for a lot of us, that's the big problem. Financial freedom is part of freedom, and we all about freedom here. And I think for a lot of people, it's like, hey, while I'm dealing with this and the money and trying to pay for everything, I really don't have the time and the energy, the mental space left, to work on this other stuff. So I mean, that's why I talk a lot about seasonal work, other stuff, but I want to delve more into like ways that you can afford place to stay, healthcare, food to eat, clothes, transportation, and it not cost a lot. So I only have to work as much, you know. Victory. Every time I stayed in the hostel in the U.S., I had my own room. I've never done the bunk beds, but I like hostels. I love hostels. I just always get my own room because I do like the kind of more friendly vibe, and it's usually a younger vibe. I like that. You go to a hotel, nobody talks to anybody. You go to hostels, like people talk to you a little bit, So, but yeah, I like it. Lashana said, "I'm a minimalist. I love it. Yes, let's go." Lashana, success, like the name. Yeah, yeah, definitely. If you got the choice between Amtrak and Greyhound, go Amtrak. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. You'll thank me. Well, you won't know until one day you mess up and go Greyhound, then you'll be like, ooh, ooh. Regina, your husband and child won't allow you to be a minimalist. I, you know, you know, I guess it happens. That's why I have neither. So I don't have a spouse or a kid because I don't know. If I could go back in time, what would I tell my teenage self? Nothing. Maybe hang in there. But why? Like I made it through. I got here without me coming back and telling me anything. So why do I need to go back and tell myself anything? That's the way I look at it. I'm chilling. I'm good. Like, and I didn't have old Tim come tell me nothing when I was younger. So why do I need to go tell myself anything now? Like, if I would tell him anything, it would just be like, keep going. And he'd probably be like, who is this? It's a weird dude with all the gray. Um, so yeah, that's people ask me that question a lot. Yeah, I have no desire to go back and talk to my old self. Like, we chilling. He don't need me. Lisa, I do feel free. I do. I do. I feel blessed to be able to say I feel free because I do. Looking for what you knew. Hey, I appreciate you saying that. Honestly, like if I'm gonna go backpacking with somebody, the reason I haven't done it is because like it's got to be someone I know, like and then before I go off in the woods backpack with somebody, it's gonna be somebody I know. So that's why I haven't done it. Monkey, I don't. I only use one mail forwarding service, so I wouldn't really know how to give anybody advice. Like, it's not like I've used a bunch of them. I just got very fortunate that the one I use has been amazing for me. So that's why I don't really talk about them too much, is because like you know, I'll mention them, but like I've only used one and they're pretty cool. So yeah, you say you don't mind wrinkles in your clothes, and until you got somewhere special to go and all your clothes are wrinkled. Telling you, these what I'm talking about. These are the struggles. I know these are first world problems. Um, but it don't bother you most of the month until that one night you got somewhere special to go, and all your clothes are wrinkled because they just came out your suitcase, and you got to show up wrinkled out. looking like you live out of a suitcase. You know, it be that way sometimes. You know, you know, but it's worth it. It's worth it. It's worth it. Any states I would like to do seasonal work in? You know, Maine is on the list. I wouldn't mind going back to Alaska. Um, I'll be honest. We'll see. We'll see. Part of me feels like it's time for me to figure out how to do this on my own. You know, I've been doing seasonal work for like 10 years. So part of me thinks it's time for me to figure out how to do this on my own and the seasonal work be a fallback position. You know, that could change tomorrow. Who knows? But part of me is thinking that. Blueberry definitely want to write a book. Just a matter of doing it. But yeah, books on the. I don't know if I'd write a book about my travels though. The more it'll, if I write a book, it'll probably when I write a book, it'll probably be essays, you know, of just topics, you know, kind of like my live streams are. One will probably be about minimalism, and I might mention some of. I'll probably mention my travels in the book, obviously, but I don't think I'll do a. This is a book about my travels. Like I don't know. That seems kind of you know. Jay, I do save money and I do have money invested. So yeah, I think you can live the good life in the moment, and if you feel the need to save money and invest. Um, I don't think it has to be as Gary Vee always says. It doesn't have to be or. It should be and. So you just figure out a way to like, okay, I'm gonna do this and do that. You know. Victory. I've got lots of stories. I get it'd be kind of hard to just pick one now to share. But yeah, you know, we stay with stories. We stay with stories. You know. No, Nick. That you got to do that. You got to do that. I wasn't fishing for super chats when I said that. I just keep it real. I just keep it real. No, we good. We good. Kevin, I like to take accountability. Sometimes more than probably I need to. So if I make a mistake, I made the mistake. Like there's really no reason to look around for like excuses. It's just like, nah, I screwed up. I effed up. I messed up. Made a mistake. Now, sometimes I might be able to identify like, okay, this played a part in it, but that doesn't really matter. I messed up. I think I used to kind of be the type, like a lot of people, where I was always looking for someone else to blame. But it's like, no, it's me. It all comes back to me. Once I started, and Gary Vee, to bring him up again, he was the one who kind of put me on this path of like, it's always your fault. Even if someone else does something to you, it's your fault for you allowing that person to get that close to you. Stuff like that. Like that's kind of extreme accountability. But if definitely if it's something I did, it's my fault. There's no need to sugarcoat it or. But what about the? No, it was my fault. I screwed up. That was me. That was me. I gotta wear that. I gotta take that L this time. And I think it's definitely made me grow as a person, as a man, where I can just put that, on my shoulders and live with that. Like I messed up. Blueberry, no matter where you're going, I would go by the train. If the train goes there, take the train. Yes. And yeah, Kevin, I'm definitely in agreement with you that like things play a part in us doing what we do, but we still made the mistake. That's the way I look at it. Like I can identify like, oh, I'm probably more likely to mess up in this area because of this, but I still messed up. You know. Now, if you're looking at it from a standpoint of like, okay, can I identify what played a part in that so I can work on that so it doesn't happen again? Gotcha. But a lot of people try to like, people don't want to take accountability. They don't want to take responsibility. They want to find someone or something that is responsible for them messing up. And it's like, nah, if it was us, it was us. Would 20-year-old Tim be impressed if I went back in time? Probably not, because I don't think he was on this type of time. This wasn't what he was trying to do. So he might think it was cool, but I don't know if he'd be impressed. Yeah, no, he wouldn't be impressed. But I respect that. Every day's a good day. What up, Spider Crew? Oh, traveling light. You got a clothes steamer. Okay, okay, okay. Yeah, you got more room than me, or you. Yeah, hey, it's just all what you decide to take. I couldn't fit one. Part of that's because I got so much electronic equipment, but you know, hey, look, and I appreciate the love. Thank you, thank you, thank you, Steven. I have some Bitcoin. That's not much, but I got some Bitcoin. Yeah. Yeah, Zachary, that happens a lot. We get excited about something, and if you talk to the wrong people about it, they kill your energy, your excitement. And a lot of people, the Gary Vee one, I'm a little touchy about because so many people, when I mention him, have all this negative stuff to say, and they don't know him. They've heard one video or they heard somebody else talk about him, and that always annoys me. I have to learn to not be annoyed. But it's just like when I know someone is a really good, decent person, and other people just hear one soundbite and they think they're scummy, it annoys me because I'm like, bro, you like, especially like I'm like, if you're like, because I'll tell people I'm a big fan, and they'll like try to argue with me, and I'm like, I've probably watched. He puts out too much content to watch everything, but I watch a ton of his content. It'll be people who watch one video try to tell me. I don't. I get aggravated sometimes. Oh, Nick, you gonna be in Denver in the week? Okay, okay. We are past my cross. You passed by the park. I was out on the bus last time. Would I stay at a job if I didn't like it but needed the money? Yeah, Paul. Like if I had responsibilities and I needed the money, yeah, I'd stay. I got to do what I got to do. But as soon as I could get up out of there, I'd be trying to get up out of there. But yeah, if I needed the money for responsibilities or take care of myself, I'm gonna stay. You know, I'm gonna be saving up. I'm gonna be doing everything so I can get out of there as soon as I can. But like if at the moment that's what I got to do, is what I got to do. Victory. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Super Chat Squad. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. So thank you for bringing positive energy to YouTube. Hey, you're welcome. This is what we do. I appreciate y'all being here to, vibe with me about it. I'm looking around because I got like 5 minutes left, and I'm waiting to see if they come kick me out. I'm like, if they don't come up here, I'm just gonna keep talking. I don't know. I don't know how it works. Do they come and be like, or if no one's rented the room, do they just let you keep going? I don't know. We'll see. Like, I don't want to encroach on nobody's time, but I don't see anybody. So, you know. But thank you, Victory. I appreciate the love. Thank you. Thank you. I am an investment. Love the name. Thanks. I love that name. No, I didn't grow up in Denver. I grew up in Florida, in Georgia. Oh, Kevin had a couple I wanted to. Kevin said, Tim, what about the idea your thoughts create your reality? I firmly believe that. Like, if you believe you can't get a job you love, then you won't, for example. Well, here's the thing. If you think you can't get a certain type of job, you're not going to go for it. So you're not going to get it. That's what it is. Like, our belief that creates our actions, and our actions create a reality. So a lot of times, yeah, if we don't believe something, we're not going to do what we need to do to achieve it. And so we're not going to get it. But if we believe we can do something, then you'll find yourself being motivated to do the things you need to do. And then in a lot of cases, you get it. It happens. You're looking for it. That's another thing too. A lot of times opportunities there, we're just not looking for it because we don't think we can find it. The universe, God is like, I'm sending it to you. You're just not looking at it. You know what I mean? So I definitely think our thoughts create our reality. Yeah, totally, totally. Oh, you said they'll usually let you keep the room unless it's been reserved? I don't see nobody. No, nobody's milling around. I don't know. I don't think I'm gonna risk it though. My second time using it, I don't think I'm gonna risk it. I might actually ask them next time, be like, hey, I just don't want them to, get mad at me. I'm gonna keep coming here. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap the stream up, ladies and gentlemen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in. Best audience ever. Big shout out to the Super Chat squad. Thank y'all so much for your generosity. It means a lot to me. Shout out to Angela. She was only here for a little bit, but she does what she can. She's still the best. The thumbs uppers, the lurkers, even the people we have to block with love. Love y'all. Thank you for the questions. Thank you for the love, that positive energy. Y'all know me, live stream king. We'll talk again soon.